Hey everybody, welcome to day 184 of Reseller Reflections, a day in the life of a full-time reseller supporting her family. It is Monday, December 9th, 2024, and it is late for me. It is like 10:30 here. And yeah, it's late, but I'm going to tell you why, because it's Listapalooza. And I really pushed myself and got 50 listings done today, which is a lot, considering I did everything like the photography, all of that stuff. I didn't have any help with them. So my goal is 100 for the week and I'm halfway there. So yay. All right. It was just kind of fun to see what I could do in a day. Yesterday, I forgot, I don't even know if I told you, I went to all day I sourced. I went to an estate sale and then I went to the auction and it was just a lot of fun, but it was all day. It was so I'm you know, a little bit nuts right now. But I got some really cool stuff that I've been listing and stuff I'm really excited about. So it was kind of fun to pick the stuff up and do some. I love the, box lots you buy for a couple bucks at the end of the auction and just kind of sort through and see what's in them. I have a lot of fun with that. So maybe I'll show you guys some of the fun things I got. All right. Not tonight, but maybe after I list them. Shipping is done. We did meet our sales goal. I started the shipping when my watch was telling me it was time to go to bed tonight. So yeah, and there was quite a bit of it. We met our sales goal. Things are shaping up really nice already for this week. Yeah, I couldn't be more pleased about it. So yeah, I hope you're having the same experience. I think a lot of people are, where they're seeing a pickup in sales, at least in our community. And it is, Listapalooza time, reseller ramp up, it's called. It is a free event that we're running in the community. So go ahead, click the link, join us. It's not too late. It's just a lot of fun, a lot of community, a lot of cheering each other on and setting goals. So we'd love to have you join us if you feel up to it. All right. So I am reset to 0. I just cleaned off my desk, got rid of all the extraneous stuff, took care of, I broke an item. I listed today, and that hasn't happened in so long. So I listed the item. It was a set of 2 sherbet glasses, just some really cool 1940s Hazel Atlas stuff, and put them away and dropped one. And it broke. So I had to redo that listing, but I even reset that to 0. I did it. I made it a single and it's all happy and safely in its home now. All right. But those things happen, right? They don't happen too often. I'm surprised they don't happen more often. I hope I just didn't jinx myself. All right, so joining me on the Reset to 0 Challenger, Jill of Rusty Truck Relics, Jason the CNT Swapper, Char Fabulous Flamingos, Kathy Singz, Nick Mr. C Chats, Vanessa the Diabetic Reseller, Brightest Holidays, Judith R, Pam of Whimsy and Such, Carmen of Northern Bargains, Becky of Becky Consigns, Lee of Lee Phillips 4191. All right, we are all set, reset to 0. Well, Jill's not reset to 0 yet because I just left her in our 24-hour co-working room in our Patreon group, as well as Char. They were just ramping up for the evening when I was finishing. So good. All right, but I know they'll reset because Samantha said that last night they were in there until like 12:30. Last night or early this morning, and Jill said, I'm going to reset to 0 and then go. All right. So even when she's working late, man, she's still resetting to 0. That's pretty impressive and definitely inspired me today. All right. So you do what? All right. So I was listening to a Jay Shetty podcast and he was talking. I even forget what the episode was about, but they were saying how in the United States, culturally, it is very common when you go someplace that people say, well, what do you do? It's just a very common, like, conversational mixer kind of question. Well, what do you do for a living? And as resellers, it's, you get some weird reactions. Like, I'm wondering how you describe what you do to people. I figured the easiest way for me to describe it sometimes is I sell other people's things. That's as simple as it gets. And I've noticed through the years that the reaction to that and what I do has changed a little bit. Um, usually when you tell people what you do, originally it was, and this was even some family members. Oh, well, I hear they're hiring at this place down the street is usually like a common reaction I would get, like people trying to find me a job because they didn't see what I did as legitimate, being a reseller and selling other people's things. And there was a lot of assumptions made um, about what I was doing. There was also a little bit of backlash, maybe disdain sometimes, um, because I have a degree and I worked in the tech world, and I was all right, before I worked in the tech world, I was a microbiologist. That is my training. And so people could not understand why I was reselling and, what happened? Did something go wrong? All of all of those things. So I'm kind of curious, when you go someplace, what you tell people you do, because it is a super common question, and also what the reactions to it are. I've heard some resellers say that they generally don't tell people what they do, or they avoid the question because of the reactions they get. I think now, rather than, let's say, 12 years ago, 13 years ago when I started this, the reactions are a little softer right now, but they're still there. And it's not always a comfortable question to answer especially in a group. But once you get through that and you do tell people, usually their next question is, what? Oh, well, can you sell some stuff for me? Once they kind of wrap their head around, you do what? I don't even understand. Like, how can you make a living like that? Like, that's not right, folks. All right. So I want to know how you answer that question. I want to know what some of the funniest reactions would, have been when you tell people what you do for a living. And I'm just curious about it. Or if you don't tell people, I also want to know. All right, guys, that's what I have for tonight. Thoughts. I want to know how you tell people what you do and what their reactions are, and whether you avoid telling people because of their reactions. All right, guys, have an awesome night. I will see you on day 185 of Reseller Reflections. Night, night.